I wasn't planning on leaving for 5 months, but life had other plans. So yeah, it's been a minute. I didn't plan on taking this long of a break, to be honest with you, since I've been uploading to YouTube since 2010. I haven't taken more than 4 weeks off, but sometimes life just hits you with more than you expected between family, business, health. I needed to slow down and refocus a bit. So I want to start with some good news. Mike's Car Store has been crushing it. We actually have hired a second salesperson. His name's Joseph. He's only 18 years old. He's fresh out of high school. He literally graduated high school in June. Obviously, I'm recording this in November, so very fresh out of high school. And he's actually a fan of the channel. So I interviewed a lot of people, seasoned salespeople, people with experience, but Joseph just had that spark. He wanted to learn, he wanted to do things the right way. And a couple of things that I've learned since I've hired him is his dad is actually, and his mom is actually a pretty influential people in our community. His dad's a firefighter for a long time, and as you guys know, I was a firefighter for a long time as well. Everyone I've talked to him has told me nothing but great things about the family. So that makes me feel really, really good that I've hired the right person. So he wanted to learn and he wants to do big things right away. So he started August 18th of 2025. He went through a couple weeks of training, and his first full month was September, and he actually sold 11 cars. And that helped us not only beat our all-time September record, but our store record as well. And we turned around and beat our all-time store record in October. We didn't beat our all-time dealership record, but we did beat our all-time October record. So yeah, the car store is doing pretty amazing. We've actually sold more cars right now, and we still have 60 days left of the calendar year. So we're gonna have an amazing 2025. We're doing amazing, and I'm really excited to see what 2026 is gonna bring after we close out 2025. One click equals one smile. You don't have to do something huge to make a difference. One small click can turn into a really big smile. All you have to do is go to Amazon, grab a toy, ship it to us right here at Mike's Car Store with the address you see on the screen. We put the toy in this box, and we'll make sure it lands in the hands of a kid who deserves to feel special this Christmas. It's quick, it's easy, and it's one of those moments when you know you did something that really matters. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your support. We look forward to seeing your toy. So now on the family side, I have a new grandson. As you may or may not know, we took our first grandbaby in February of 2024, and what an amazing grandchild she is. Being a grandpa is like so amazing. It's so much fun. And so now our grandson is 6 months old, so that's something new in our life. Our youngest daughter has gotten married now, and so all three of our kids are married. Don't think she's gonna have kids. Maybe she'll change her mind. I don't know. I don't care either way. It's up to her. And honestly, I just been soaking up these moments. This is the kind of stuff that reminds me why I work so hard, and also work so hard I've missed out on my kids growing up. So now I really get to spend some time with the grandkids, and it's really, really amazing. And like every Thursday, our granddaughter comes in here and spends a couple hours with us for lunch and stuff like that. And as I grew up in the car business, I worked for Kelly Automotive in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Jim Kelly and his son Tom, and then Tom's son Jimmy, amazing human beings, and just watching them interact always kind of made me a little jealous. I didn't have that growing up. I didn't know my dad. I don't know my dad. I don't want to know my dad. I've always had, like, it's not jealousy, it's just envy maybe, right? And so it's really like important to me that I have these moments with our kids, because I want them to not miss out like I've missed out. Ryan and Steve Bachman, absolutely amazing family. I watched them interact with each other, and when back in 2020 when we did or 2019 when we did the C8 Corvette launch, I've actually got to work with them really, really closely on making a plan for our C8 day, and that was an amazing turnout, and really watch how they interact really closely together, and just absolutely amazing. So that's something that I want to do and want to cherish with my family, and why we have this family business as well. Not to mention, with my daughter getting married, we were able to finally get rid of these ugly purple carpets that I wanted to get rid of from day one. You guys have seen the transitions of the wall behind me. You've seen the transitions of us cleaning this up, and you guys have sent us some things for the walls, and I just got some of those hung up here. But now finally, we have no more purple carpet. And this time lapse that you just saw was how they did it, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's been a couple months since we had that, but the reason I hadn't done it is we needed to shut the business down for a couple days. Well, my daughter got married, and so we shut the business down for a couple days for that, so I found somebody who could do the flooring as well. Also, you guys know, back in 2022, I started 5 Diamond Detailing. That's been absolutely slammed. We're doing like 4 to 6 cars a day with 6 employees. It was super successful, but it also started pulling my focus away from where my true passion is, and that's the car store. So I actually made a really tough call to hit pause on the detail shop for now. And every September and October, I really go through my goals, deep dive into them. Where am I at? Where am I trending to? What can I change? Do I need to readapt? Anything like that? And my wife and I try to make sure that we don't talk business at home, right? We're with each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have a really strong relationship, really strong marriage. We've been together since 1992. So that's one of our things that we don't do. So we just kind of went out to dinner, literally sat in this nice restaurant for a couple hours and talked the entire time. I took my little AI recorder, recorded everything, so that way every conversation that we had a deep dive into that as I was going through my goals. And one of the things that we brought up back in July was close the detail shop, and I really didn't want to do that because I have a moron detailer that just causes nothing but drama with us around here. So I thought personal on a level that's going to give him some satisfaction, and I just had to like check that to the side. I don't care about him, I don't pay attention to him, but it seems like when nothing happens, he pops up, causes drama so much that we had to call the police on him as well, which is insane. So I laid off 4 of the 6 people, and literally I just want to do 1 car a day, if that. If we don't do any cars a day, I'm fine with that. I just want to focus on the car store, and that's the reason I started that. The reason I started opening it up to the public is because 3 years ago, which we're only 4-year-old business, I was scared to take on that payroll without having some type of ROI. Well, found out how expensive a detail shop is to run and how fast people want to do that. So it just grew faster than what I wanted it to. So I just had to hit pause because I really want to do it. And now I'm not scared to have that payroll that I have down there with 2 people cleaning our cars. This car store is what I want to focus on. This is my foundation. This is what I'm building for my kids and my grandkids and their kids, and something they can run. If they want to sell it, they can sell it. Build it on however they want. I grew up poor, you know that. Nobody in my family has ever really been successful. No one had something to pass down. So I'm changing that. I'm building a legacy for the Davenport family, and it has to start with me. And one of the really cool things that I did, my friend Mario, we worked together at Bachman. We actually started a Cars and Coffee this year, and that was fun. That was learning, and we had just got done with our last one for the year in November, and the biggest turnout of the year. It was cold that day. We got there in the dark, and it was just the absolute coolest thing. We had some amazing cars. We're in Louisville, Kentucky, right? We have a lot of exotic cars around here, but we don't have a ton. So we had Ferrari SF90s there. We had a kid bring his race car from the local circle track and figure 8 track that they have, that they do Impala racing. Absolutely fun stuff. We just had a ton of cars that I love, and I want to make that to be like an all car show once a month for a few hours, just where people can get along with each other and just have fun and interact with everyone. And the car show did an amazing thing for our Toys for Tots drive. So again, as I mentioned earlier, how we're doing this, please send a toy for our Toys for Tots drive. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but they filled up an entire box with just talking about it on the internet, and it's so amazing. That's what the car community is all about. So that was incredible. So next year we're going to be bigger, be better, and I'll probably need some help with it. So if you're local and want to do some help and have some good stuff to do, please let me know. So I spent a few days in the hospital. That was kind of insane. I have never been sick a day in my life. I've never had to go to the doctor. I'm 48 years old. See, I got glasses now, right? That was interesting, and that made me reflect on a lot of things. And I don't know what happened. I got a massage, and something was in my body that massage triggered, and I just couldn't function. I finally went to the ER, thinking, hey, I'll go Saturday night. They'll put some fluids in me. I'll come home Saturday, rest. I'll be back to work on Monday. Nope. Got admitted and came back on Wednesday, I think it was, Tuesday. I was in there 4 days, and I was gonna go home and rest. And of course, like Mike, I couldn't rest. I was home for like 15 minutes and got a shower and came into work. the day I got dismissed from it. So I'm just learning how to take care of myself a little bit better. I'm not out of shape. I'm not I'm not overweight or anything like that. But it's, I'm getting older, so I got to figure it out. I'm back. I'm really excited to do this, and I'm really excited to close out the year to do better with our car store, do more videos for you guys, and then also, most importantly, the Toys for Tots campaign. This is something that I'm really, really passionate about. You guys know my past and you know my history. I want to do this Toys for Tots thing. I don't get anything out of it. I see comments about it all the time. It's like, oh, he gets tax write-off. I don't. I get nothing out of it at all except for the pure enjoyment, knowing, I don't even see this, knowing that kids are happy on Christmas morning. And if we can make this so big that it helps out people all over the country bigger and better, then that's my mission. Toys for Tots, what I love about them, I learned about this a couple years ago, is they don't just give toys away. They let families come in and pick the toys. So imagine that you have a little boy that doesn't like tractors, but he got a tractor on Christmas morning from Santa Claus, and that doesn't excite him. Now the parents get to go in and pick the toy for the kid that you or I donated. So that's super important. I love that aspect of it, because when I had Santa Claus literally show up to my house and hand toys, I had that experience. I felt that experience. So it's super important to me that we just help out our kids. Our kids are our growing future for this country. And you look at me, my family told me I was going to amount for nothing. They didn't support me in any way, shape, or form. And when I started getting successful, they thought that I bought a $118,000 house and had a housewarming party, and they felt that I did that to brag, and I wasn't. I was excited about having a new house that a couple years later I foreclosed on, right? This is my passion, that I want to help kids. I love kids. I'm a big kid myself. I'm 48 years old, but I act like I'm 6. So that's what I love, and that's what I have passion on, and hopefully I can transfer some of that to you and help out people all over this country, especially when it comes to the kids. And if we can make it a little bit easier for the parents to provide Christmas, then we can. So again, I'm back. The videos are coming. I got a lot of stories, tips, crazy dealership stuff to share. I've been taking notes the entire time on everything. I've got some really fun stuff to do, including coming up a video. I'm gonna get back in the algorithm, but I have a video that is gonna piss people off, and I love it. And when I talk about pissing people off, we're pissing dealerships off, and I love doing that, because if I piss that dealership off, or I piss the dealership off, that means that they're doing it wrong. And nothing that I teach is to do things wrong. It's all to do things right. And it's gonna be the #1 way. Nobody's ever talked about this. I can't find it anywhere on the internet. I'm gonna teach you the #1 way to get rid of dealer add-ons. And it's the most sneakiest way out there. And I promise you it's gonna work. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe with your bell notifications on. I've missed doing this, and I can't wait to bring these videos up.